Hello, I'm Mary Lee LaBay. I'm an instructor of hypnotherapy and past life regression. I have my courses up on teachable.com. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the old-fashioned way of doing hypnotherapy and the new way that is evolving now. So in the past, you might remember the pendulum, and you are getting very, very sleepy, and all of that kind of technique where you would put the person into a trance and they would get very focused, and then the practitioner reads a script or tells a story, implants suggestions, and then brings the client back out. All right. Oftentimes the client doesn't even remember what happened. They go so deep. And this form is it can be effective, but there is a new way of facilitating hypnotherapy now that is quite a bit different. So I think of that old style as if you have weeds growing in your garden. So, like if I have addiction issues or anger issues or I'm stressed, these are my weeds, right? So you have weeds growing in the garden or in the lawn, and you decide you're just going to come and mow over them. And it's a very quick way to take care of the weed issue. And as long as you keep mowing, maybe you don't really notice them there, right? So in the same way, when you simply come in and tell a story, you could actually be making some change in the subconscious mind. But if that practitioner hasn't really gone down into the roots of those weeds, hasn't really gone down there and pulled that out or worked with the causation of the issue, then the weeds are just going to keep growing up. It'll pop up one place or another. Maybe you quit smoking, but then you're overeating, or you start to drink, or there's some other behavior or habit that replaces that. So in the new way of doing hypnotherapy, what we try to do is we go in through dialogue. So again, we're using the same type of induction that perhaps the other method would use, but we use it verbally, no swinging pendulums. But we put the person into trance, and then through dialogue, very client-centered, non-leading dialogue, we connect with the client's subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind already knows how they've created their reality, how they've built their perspectives, and how they're coping with their needs, right? And so we connect with that and we figure out, okay, how was this built? What was the reason for this? What was the initial sensitizing event that created this issue? Why did they start smoking? Why are they stressed? Or why do they have these perceptions? And so then we actually go in and we do healing work through a lot of other protocols. So they involve techniques of NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, psychology, just a lot of different healing modalities that we can use while the person is in trance. So we get into that deep state, we access the root, then we do the healing there, and it pretty much dissolves that root, so that when we've completed that, there's a few more steps, but when we've completed that, there's no necessity for smoking, or there's no necessity for that behavior. They've changed their mind and created this wellness and balance, so that a lot of that has just dissolved. So we can mow the lawn, but we don't have to keep mowing the weeds down. Now we're just, we can tend to that wellness. We can just keep everything looking really good and feeling really good on the inside. So there is that difference between what I call the old-fashioned way of doing hypnotherapy, maybe more like hypnosis, because the person just goes into that trance and kind of checks out while the therapist implants suggestion, and then they come back out again. Where in hypnotherapy and this newer way that has evolved, uh, we're actually, working with those root issues and resolving them and eliminating them. So I hope that's helped, and I hope that creates more clarity for you between the difference.